What's going on, people? Welcome back to another Joe's TV, back again. And this evening, I've got two lads, Newcastle fan. I try to get a Man City fan on, but obviously they've got other things to do. But maybe hiding because they know they're going to get beat on Saturday. So big up, big up to Paul and welcome back, Liam.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Great stuff. So yeah, just busy day today, but it is what it is. 35 people in the room at the minute. It's on live, also on X and also on Facebook as well. So please support the channel if you can, and X view as well. Help we get to 100 views, please, if you can. Brilliant. So big up to the Matchday Experience. Hi to you. Can't wait for this one. Neither can we. Looking forward more of your content. Thank you very much indeed, my guy. I really appreciate that. I saw him at West Ham. Great guy. Smash the likes. Big up to Football Bants. Great channel you got there, mate. Do you have news on FFP? We've got to touch later on as well. We'll touch on him later on. Big up to Lorraine T. Hope you had a great day. I did, and spoke to her on the DM, Lorraine, and I've decided I'm not going to do it because it'll not be good for me, and I don't need it. Big up to Leslie as well. Like, subscribe to the socials. Thank you, Leslie. And appreciate that, man. Thank you. And you'd like to become a member, it's just 99p. Hi to Gary V. Have you reached 45 members yet? We haven't yet. No, we haven't. And
Come on, do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Become a member, guys. Remember, it's just 99p. That's all it is, yeah? I mean, I did have 30 people in the room, so it's just do competitions as well. So we can't do a competition until we get more members. So please help us out, man. That'd be brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. And guys, say hi to everyone and Leslie as well. Right. Do it to Kel. Kel, would you want to come on, mate? I sent you the link. You want to come on? You're welcome to. It's good to see a good face on the show. Bit of breaking news as well before I go on the show. I'll be going on Jess's channel tomorrow night at 7:30. It's a different kind of show. It's not Newcastle, but a little bit of Newcastle, but it's mainly Arsenal. But Armin and Fight to go on the show tomorrow, so I can't wait for that. So yeah, so we start with you, Liam. I mean, I know you had time off as well. So what do you think of Newcastle seasons for so far?
Underwhelming is probably the word I would use. Whether it's me being overconfident when it came to the Champions League group, I thought we'd get at least Europa League, especially after the first two games. I was expecting that at the minimum. We should have beat Chelsea, and there's been losing to Luton and Forest as well, been quite disappointing. And I can't think, apart from the Villa 5-1 and maybe the Arsenal game, I can't really think of any other games where we've won I didn't think we were going to. If that makes sense. So I think we've not had the highs to pick up from the lows of the losing to Luton and Forest. So yeah, underwhelming is the word I would use. But then also, am I thinking that we're a victim of our own success of last season? Am I expecting those again? Maybe a little bit. But yeah, underwhelming.
Fair dues, because I get your action as well. Yeah, we go for some more. We're going to go through the preview. Hi to Kel. Hi to Shelly B. Do follow Shelly B on Toon Chick 40. Big her up as well. She's absolutely brilliant as well. Hi to Alan. Hi to Gary again and Alan as well. Right. Yeah, the first is game between Newcastle and Man City. Premier League is back, by the way, and they know what it is, right? It's great to see them get back. So we've got to play Man City, Paul. I think it's going to be a cracking game. I mean, we played them twice this season, won the cup. We won that game. Livermore was amazing in that game. And then when we played them with the Etihad, I mean, Pep paid us so much compliments to our team, giving it a go. But we went down by a goal to nil. We considered a goal at a bad time for Alvarez. And I thought we did all right, but we just didn't very few chances.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you, I mean, that was the biggest compliment from Pep for a while, because he said he literally changed his entire system because he knew, he literally said if he comes out and plays Newcastle at their own game, they get killed. So he did. Pep has a lot of respect for us, which is always great. It's always one of those coin tosses when it comes to St James's, because Pep hasn't got the best record with City at St James's. We get a draw, or we have won at times. Yeah, they have beaten us here and there, but we normally do all right against them at St James's. And I think that after the Sunderland result, we are going to give them a game. I'm so gutted. I mean, obviously it's great for the Premier League and stuff, but I'm just gutted for our own bloody luck that De Bruyne is back fit. Could have done with him needing one more game out, because he is so he's so unbelievable in midfield that I don't know if he plays the full game, but if he just plays like 20 minutes, he's still an unbelievable player. So it's a bit
Haaland.
Is Haaland back for that game as well?
He's been injured, but it'd just be our luck for them both.
He's back.
Yeah.
It's like our luck that Salah's last game was against us as well. So
that's it, isn't it? But I think Pep will probably go with the same sort of tactics, especially things are coming to us. On Saturday, that he's not. Man City always play a certain type of football. But I do think that knowing his previous experience and what happened at the Etihad, he'll have the same worries about Newcastle, because we still can do that attacking football when we want to, especially at home. I mean, I'm saying this after the Nottingham Forest disaster, but I'm hoping that that's kind of in our rear view mirror, and we've had a bit more rest since then. So I'm hoping we're a bit more energetic. But yeah, what's exciting me is that Pep will probably come. I don't think Man City are going to play exactly like Man City normally do, because, as Pep said, if he does that, they get killed. So he is going to probably pay us respect. I'm sure City will have a lot of possession, a lot of the ball, pass it around. But I'm just hoping we can get into them. The other thing I'm gutted about, on top of De Bruyne being back, having Joe out, I think it's such a miss. Just that, if Joe's fit, I'll be much more confident, because we know that he'd be crunching in there and getting in the tackles and stuff. And when he's not in our midfield, we really do miss him, and especially against Man City, who don't always like teams that go in at them like that. I think he's going to be a huge miss. It's such a shame that he's probably going to. I mean, we don't know for a fact, I guess, but it looks likely that he's going to miss this game, doesn't it? I mean, I know Eddie hasn't said it for official standards, but it looks like he's going to miss it. So probably going to be Sean and Miley, I assume, in midfield. I don't think anyone else is back. I don't think Willock's anywhere near back or anyone like that. So we're a bit stuffed for who we can put in, for the game. It'd be lovely if we have Willock back. It's just all these players we miss so much. It's so painful. Imagine if Gnarly was able to play. Just all this talent we have, we can't play them. It's so frustrating.
That is the thing. They don't tell us much, don't they? And let's be real. The thing is, right? I mean, if any came out and told us straight, like I can remember Graham doing this, came into us and said that we're after this player, after that player. But Robson tell you the same. If they're playing, they play. If they don't, they tell us. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. But now they just keep it close to their chest. That's because they just don't want to give anything away to the opponents. Simple as that. And everyone knows that. And not the news we want to hear. Thank you very much, Leslie.
Oh,
man. Crazy, man. Absolutely. It's just our flipping luck, isn't it, man? It's just our luck. Joe's going to be as a miss. It's not been confirmed yet, Kelly, but we'll see. Even against Sunderland, we've seen that when he came up, he didn't look good. Didn't look good at all. Yeah, not good at all. And I'm glad Newcastle are what? Come on, Joseph. I like you, Joseph. I like you, Joseph. Nah, he's a gooner. He's a gooner fan.
Sense. They're still crying about the golden goal, man.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, with Joseph, he took it in good heart as well when we were getting sorted out. Do you know what I mean? But it is what it is. I mean, motto is the ball was not over the line. It looked it was not over the line. It's as simple as that. So yeah, let's go on to Liam. Talk about Lewis Miley. I mean, we touched on him. This guy is absolutely brilliant for a young age, 17-year-old. And I tell you what, this guy's going to get better and better. But what we don't want to do with him is use as another Bukayo Saka, and that is to wear him out. For me, he needs to be matured. He needs to be taking his time. We need to treat him well.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's probably the only positive to come out of the Tonali thing is that because if Tonali's fit and about and playing, I don't think we see as much of Miley. He probably makes a couple of couple of benches and some sub appearances here and there, but I don't think he plays as much as he does. But yeah, I think you're right. I think he needs to not be burnt out and overplayed. I think even though he is only 17 and he'll want to play every single game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know what it is, right? I mean, he'll come good. He'll just get better and better. And you know what? I don't want to hype him up too much. I mean, all our fan base, Paul, right? Hyping this guy up. They think, oh, he's going to be a world-class player, blah, 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 right? But the bottom line is, the kid's 17, yeah? He's only beginning, yeah? I mean, you don't want to hype it up too much because you know what's going to happen in a couple of years' time. But so far, so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he's been amazing. Like you say, we've been here before, though, haven't we? Not just Newcastle, football itself. You know, look at Jack Wilshere in particular. How much he was flaunted, how much he was like going to be this new generational talent. I mean, he was a decent player here and there, but it just all this hype kind of evaporated, and his career went downhill after too many injuries, and then it's just kind of gone. So you know, is it scary when they overcompensate for, especially English players? They love going in on them because they're English as well. Like, they love like saying like, this guy's brilliant, it's great, he's this and that and that. Yeah, you know, it's just kind of like they go all hype for him. It's like Declan Rice. You know, Declan Rice is another one who's probably a victim of his own, you know, good form, because I think now in the last couple of games I've seen for Arsenal, I'm seeing the Declan Rice that I knew for West Ham, who was okay, but he used to have quite a few bad games, and a lot of West Ham fans would be quite frustrated with him for having days off and not being great. And now the Arsenal fans have seen him going like, "We spent 100 million on this." They're getting angry with him because, do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes there's this big hype about these, the new generation, the new big talent. You know, remember when Sean was going to be the next big thing? I still think Sean's a great player. But you know, I'm glad that no one's like hyping him up that big, because it's just dangerous. Because it just gets too much media attention, and there's lots of focus on it. And like you said, Miley's still 17. You need him to build. You need him to get better. Like we were saying, like having him as like an understudy to people like Willock and Joe Linton and Bruno. That's really healthy, because he can learn from that and then come in when needed. Rather than be like literally the person you just throw in and just hope he gets on with it. You know, you need to develop first. I mean, look at Foden. People were kicking off at Pep for not playing Foden a lot. You know, and getting annoyed at him and saying like, why doesn't Foden play more? Why doesn't Foden play more? He's waited and waited and waited, and look at where Foden is now, because he's developed him slowly. He hasn't just thrown him in all the time. I mean, you know, look at him now. He's one of the, you know, better players in the Premier League. And he's probably one of England's better creative players as well. So, you know, if you do it slow and steady, I think that's better for the player rather than just overplay him and overhype him.
Yeah, very, very true. Don't put pressure on them at all whatsoever. I mean, you made a good point about Declan Rice. I mean, West Ham fans haven't had a good Declan Rice, and he doesn't perform. Simple as that. But if Lewis might have a couple of poor, then I think people will say something. But we're not allowed. We are not allowed to say now about the players where they play poorly. Do you know what I mean? Some of the entitled fans, especially on social media, will make sure you don't say anything. But so far, so good for Lewis Miley. I'm a big fan of this kid. Les, I think Willock's has a small setback and they will not update it. So that doesn't look great. I'll tell you what, they need to sack their own medical staff. Whoever's in charge, sack them. You know what I mean? Absolutely clueless at the minute for what I'm hearing. I don't want Miley.
Didn't the head physio leave recently?
Yeah, head physio left on was it the 31st? Like
that.
He was having a child, and then other things happened to you know. I don't know if it was directly linked. And then the interview came out at a very convenient time, because he left, and then that interview came out from Botman saying he played 2 games.
Yeah, with his,
when he was injured. So I don't know whether that was on purpose or just like, you know, coincidence, but for me that felt a bit kind of, you know, on purpose.
Yeah,
crazy, man. Absolutely. But strange, man, strange. Gary, we've got to start winning our games to move up the table. So let's start against City. And Gary's clapping, agreeing with you. And that's just the latest. Same list says all City injured are back. And 14 first 24 Barcelona. So supposed to fat is outdated. Wow. And big up to Phil, by the way, big up to Phil. I think Eddie and his coach have protected Lewis Miley. Recently, circumstances to injuries has brought him on further than they wanted. Yeah, if he's not right, just don't risk him. But Eddie and his medical staff will do okay. But I don't trust the medical staff in a minute, like, because 12 injuries? Wow. I can see Willock out till next season. Aston Allen. Don't say that, Allen. We need him back ASAP. What do you think, Liam? According to Allen.
No, I think he'll be back. He'll be back soon. I've not seen anything about him having a setback or anything. So hopefully I've not just missed it, and hopefully it's he's back. I've seen like a lot of our players are back on the 30th of January, according to the Premier League injuries.
I think we got like we got quite a big break after the City game as well, haven't we?
Yeah, not again till the 22nd. So we play on Saturday, and then we don't play till a week on the Monday. I think.
Yeah, that'd be good for some of the lads as well. Just get them a bit refreshed as well. So I think we'll come back quite good there. We've got the is the FA Cup game first. We're back.
Oh, maybe that's 7:00 kickoff on a Saturday.
I mean, honestly, I'll tell you what, these people that organise this, they just do not care about fans. They don't care.
No,
I looked into it. Last train, 9 p.m. What's that going to do? Yeah, I saw a brilliant thing from More Flags. I retweeted it. The Man City game. There was a Man City one. They were saying about that being like a late kickoff, and and the Arsenal game being late, and then the Fulham game being late, and
the Villa game as well.
The Villa game being like quarter away. I mean, what? Do you know what I mean? Do they not know where most of the guys drive from or get the train from? It's just unbelievable.
It's just tapped, isn't it? I mean, you don't care about the fans. The train stops at 9 o'clock. How the hell are they going to get back? It is absolutely ridiculous. And I think the FA should look at this and think about our fans as well. But they don't listen. They just think about the dollar sign. That's it. They just think about the money. That is all it is to it.
I'm not being funny. It's hardly an FA Cup glamour tie, Newcastle versus Fulham, that we see twice a season when they're in the same league.
Yeah, that's very true. I see what you mean, but they give us something like 5,000-6,000 for the game as well. So we need to sell at 6,000 as well. And don't call me Twitter a fake fan, because I'm not. Coming off a winning performance against the Mackhams, I can't see why we can't come away with something on Saturday. Players will be feeling more confident. I agree, Mick. I agree. I think that if you just go in the way we play, keep it tight at the back, defend properly, we may get something out of the game. Joe White could be coming back. I think he'd be out again on loan, Kel. So I don't think Eddie will bring him in yet. We need to see the injury list decreasing. Hopefully, end of Feb, it should get better. That's from Phil. Barnes, Wilson, Murphy listed for the 31st of January, but your guess is as good as mine. We don't know that. I'm sure Eddie would tell us. 892 days lost since August due to injuries. Wow. Ooh, thanks for that, Lauren.
It's mental.
Wow. It is mental, isn't it? Fingers crossed for all three layers. Tickets, trains, hotel spend. Where do you think some have unlimited finance? That's a fair question, Lauren. That's a fair shout. They must have got money. No, we haven't. You know what I mean? 2 weeks. You got 2 weeks at notice to book yourself hotels and stuff. It's going to rocket now. The price is going to rocket, man. And if you have 2 weeks break after City, let's run City ragged. Then we have a good rest. Alan, you're absolutely right. You've got an extra week before the Fulham game, which is fantastic. So you've got, 2 weeks off after this game. And where we go. Right. So you look at the Premier League table, guys. I mean, Man City are on third of 40 points, 5 behind at Liverpool. And their form's a little bit patchy. 3 wins at the last 5 games. Newcastle on 9th. Only 1 win since December. 1 win in 8 league games with 29 points and 9th. So really, if we need to try and win that game, otherwise the gap's going to get massive between us and the team above us. Yeah. So Liam, I mean, we probably De Bruyne's definitely going to be back, and Holland. according to City, is going to come back. I mean, are you worried about those two coming back?
Yeah, obviously, whenever you play players like them, you're going to be worried just because of how good they are, regardless of whether they've been out injured or not. Do I see them both starting and playing 90 minutes? No, I don't think so. I think De Bruyne might start, whether he gets the full 90 or not, different story. And I don't think Haaland will start if he's not had a sniff since. And I think have they got the same break as us?
I think so.
Yeah, I think if we're playing, I think it gets split. So I think if we're playing, there'll be team. I think they might either way. Are you going to risk him when you've got a 2-week break coming up, or are you just going to not play him and let him have an extra rest? You know what I mean? So yes, worried about De Bruyne and Haaland. Do I think they'll play much? No, I don't think they will. I was also reading that Bernardo Silva could be out as well, which I like because he always seems to score or do well against us. He's always involved. So, but yeah, I think we're playing them at a good time for us because we're bound to beat somebody in the league soon. Whenever we're playing well and we go up against one of the big six, there's that expectation to beat them, and they're playing well. I think they can beat us. Okay, we'll show them, and then the bigger six teams seem to turn up a bit more. With us being rubbish, everyone expects us to get beat. I think that's when we are better. So yeah, I'd rather be playing City ironically when we are in poor form than when we're in good form. Because when you're on a winning streak, you're going to lose at some point. When you're on a losing streak, you're going to win at some point. So yeah, I'm quietly confident we'll get something. Either that or it's going to be 5-0 to City, so I can't.
Oh no, no what it is, right? I mean, we raised up. I agree with AB. We do play well against the bigger teams as well. We just fire ourselves up as well, and it's under the lights, Paul. And all we got to do is just give them efforts like we have done before. We've done it before. We was 3-1 up against City last season and tossed it away. Ended up drawing 3s each, and we should be scared of City. I think we're going to hopefully defend well, but we could have done it poor pin. But the back is playing well for the last 2 games, and I think the back four we need to tighten up. The midfield's going to be key. We need Joe Linton back as well. If he doesn't come in, then our midfield's going to be slightly weak. I know we've got Bruno in there, but Joe Linton makes a difference.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's nothing. I mean, City are such a good team; they're going to make chances, whoever you are. Whether you're Newcastle, Arsenal, Man City are such a great team. They're going to make chances. They just are. As much as you can defend well, they move the ball and have ideas that are so good that there's nothing you can do about some of them. Some of the goals they scored, it's just like, even with some of the best defenders in the world, they're just so intricate with their play. So do you know what I mean? It's one of those where, as long as it's not like a stupid mistake from us where we've gifted them a goal, if they've had to score like an unbelievable goal, it's like one of those things, isn't it? Like, well, they've had to do that to get one. So I don't mind that because the Alvarez goal was pretty special, wasn't it? And the 1-0 win, it was a pretty good, pretty nice finish. And otherwise, we did do well against City in that game, I felt. We certainly kept them, at bay for quite a lot of the game. I think it would be, like I say, I think it'd be kind of similar-ish in tactics from Pep. Eddie will probably just, play his usual style as much as possible. We'll probably rely on the counter a lot as well. Having Stones out does help us a little bit as well because he's someone who obviously has speed. I think Akanji is out as well, which is also a bit of help for us at the back. Actually, again, is another pacey player. And when you've got people like Isaac up there and Gordon, they are going to struggle with that pace. And that's exciting because, City, this season in particular, they have been very easy to get in behind. They've suffered from that a lot this season. From their defending has not been as it used to be. And they do sometimes, if they go behind in games, they do look a bit lost. And Pep has looked lost on the touchline, whether it's been at the Etihad or away. There's been a few times this season where he's looked a bit lost. Whether, it's hard, it must be difficult getting your players up for a season after winning, so many trophies. I guess it must be difficult to get them up for every single game. I can imagine that's difficult, even though it seems like the easiest thing on the planet. I think it's probably one of the harder jobs. Keeping them that motivated, even keeping himself motivated after you've done such a big thing in football. Only done by Man United in the past in the Premier League. Others have done it in other leagues, but it's a big thing that Pep did. So I guess it must be difficult to keep everyone like on that precipice of like being the best ever, because a lot of players will be like, well, we won all that already. So I do feel that there's that little bit of they haven't got that edge this year yet. I mean, I'm sure they'll go on that stupid run they normally do when they go 16, 17 games unbeaten and just thrash everyone 7-0 or whatever. They normally have that. I hope they have it after us. That little run. They can have their patchiness and they can do what they want after that. But they do normally get better in the second half of the season for definite. Pep. I remember I can't remember who it was. I can't remember, it was Grealish did an interview for Sky a couple of last season, and he was saying how Pep's attitude at the start of the season was very kind of relaxed and very kind of jokey and jovial and very kind of we lost, well, whatever. And then he said that when it was the second half of the season, there was this different version of him who was like ultra like, you're not good enough, you're doing this, or you're dropped, I don't care who you are, you're this, that, and the other. He was very, got to focus mode and kind of wanting to, we're winning trophies, we're doing this now. So I find that interesting about Pep as a manager. And I do wonder what he'll do after City, whether he retires or goes to international football. He won't manage another Premier League team, will he? I don't think.
No.
I can't see it, to be fair. I can't see it because he's still at City, and not only that, he wants to probably need a new challenge. Could be international football. It could be not do Saudi. Definitely not do Saudi. He'd probably do Italy because he's done Spain. And I think Juve will probably have a look at him as well and probably take a year out of the game. But it is what it is. And whether Pep goes next, it'd be nice of us, though. You never know. We got the money to do it, but it's FFP. And again, I'm getting sick of the FFP. I can't lie, because we're getting done with that every single time. Big up to Godfather. Big Dom Solanke, not for me, mate. Not for me. He's got to do it. He's got to do it again. He's got to do one more season with Bournemouth before he does that. That's the market value, Kel. That's market value. But it'd be worth more than that. It'd be worth, according to Bournemouth, between 50 and 60 million quid. I'd rather pay 18 for Ivan Toney. The Ekateki links went very quiet, didn't they? Good.
Don't want him anywhere near us.
Not the way he treated us. Do you know what I mean? If he does come to Newcastle, he wouldn't put in an effort. So there you go. Yeah, 50, that wouldn't pay that. 10 million on top, guess you, Ivan Toney. I don't care what people say. Once Villa gets injuries, they will get drop points. They have been lucky with injuries. The same applies to West Ham, and we started winning games. The world is our ouster. Alan, we have got to stop winning games. We have got to stop winning games, because I'm telling you now, right, we've not had a good time in a minute. Yes, beat Sunderland, but we got to do it against Man City, and Sunderland are not Man City. Paqueta's out for 2 months. Pep likes projects. I do as well. Depends what project it's going to be. It's interesting on the same day, he was talking possibly selling players after a 78 million loss. We are inquiring about 50 million strikers. I tell you what, right, I'm not going to lie, right, but I heard people saying about Bruno G could be on his way. And in my opinion, we're getting Adidas money. So why sell?
It's because of a comment he made in his video, John, that everyone's kind of kicked off about.
You're on about Darren, yeah? Because I've seen Craig Hope as well.
Yeah, well, Darren Neals did a video about our financial results. I mean, everyone's going to know what we're talking about here. They've probably seen the video. Talking about financial fair play and all that. And he does make a comment about like how you can, with how the rules work. He's talking about if you do. I mean, people have taken this out of context a little bit. I think he's given more of like a generalization of what would happen. So if you do sell like a player at high value, and then like he gives the example of 50 million. So you sell someone at 50 and you buy some at 50, you only get like a 10 million shortfall because of that. So you're not punished by 50 million, you're only punished by 10. So that's how he's trying to explain like how FFP works in that way.
What we've got to think about with them results today doesn't include the Champions League money, doesn't include the maximum sale, doesn't include the Chris Wood sale, doesn't include the Adidas money either.
Yeah. Doesn't include Salah either. Doesn't include loads of stuff.
So
that'll be the next year.
Whilst it looks worrying, maybe there is a lot of things to come in. Like the player sales was only like £3 million or something, and that's just for John Joe Shelby. Because obviously, even though Wood went in January, he wasn't bought until the summer. A bit like Lewis Hall with us, he won't be. Well, if we sign him, well, it's an obligation. He has to play whatever it is. It won't be until it'll be a next season signing.
Yeah,
So
for me,
it doesn't worry me too much.
Yeah, the thing is though, right? If you lose Bruno because of that, we're getting punished by FFP. You know what I mean? The top six in the Premier League, they can do what they want. Chelsea can spend over $1 billion and they won't get punished. Yeah, I think it should be a level field. Do you know what I mean? It's either you scrap FFP altogether, right, or have a level field. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He'll be back soon. Yeah. So for me, it's FFP. They need to clear it up a little bit, really. He didn't really say we need to sell, but he was discussing it. I didn't really get what you're saying. We need to sell. Well, it's FFP, isn't it, Kel? Because it's just the thing is, right? I mean, personally, we don't need to sell. We don't need to sell. But if Bruno's going to be sold because of that, then we're going to get punished thanks to this ludicrous FFP rule. Simple as that. 17 to 20 mils the market value per English and Newcastle tax is double the value.
Yeah.
Exactly. And Ian spot on. He was using an example as well. And Alan Bruno's going nowhere. Give them Hendrick. Yes, Ian. Thank you, Alan. Thank you. And let's remember the seller Champions League and Adidas money was included in the accounts. Yeah, we discussed that, Gary. We're doing okay and can spend in the summer. Absolutely no panic. At no point did he say he was selling. He was just using an example of how trading players.
This is what people are kicking off about, John. They're zoning on a very specific part of the interview. And like I was saying, he uses it as an example. People, that's what I mean about the internet. They catch one little quote and they don't listen to what someone said. And they kick off about it. They're like, oh my God, what we're doing, we're selling Isaac, we're selling this. He never said that. He was giving an example. He's literally talking about I've just got the quote here. He's talking about making headroom. He's given examples of like Coutinho being sold because they brought in more players because of that. Declan Rice going at West Ham. He's just referring to like that one thing that can change your revenue, but he's not saying that Newcastle exactly going to do that. He's just saying that is a way of doing it.
Yeah. Exactly. I think we need to calm it down a bit because it hasn't happened yet. All we got to do is just chill out. Just let's take a course, and then if it happens, then you can say about it. That's all there is to it. Oh, you may be kicking out. And now, FFP is shite. It needs scrapped. Do you agree with that, guys? Do you think it should be scrapped?
It needs changing.
Yeah, it needs looking at because it's not fit for purpose.
No, I've seen somebody on Twitter saying transfer fees shouldn't come into it, but your wages should, and it should only be X amount of your turnover, which I think is better. And then I've also heard Simon Jordan mouthing off where new owners show a 3-year grace period. It's all good now, but that doesn't help us.
Yes.
Now, at the end of the day, we'll punish. Again, they're looking after the big six. Simple as that. They don't care. You know what I mean?
Do you think Bruno would want to go?
I don't think he'll go.
Not right now.
He loves Newcastle. Right, he loves the club. However, I
think there'll be a club that he probably supported as a kid, whether that be Barcelona or Real Madrid. And I think that club will be the one he would leave for if he had to. I don't think he's just going to roll over to go to PSG or to go to Inter Milan. I know they've got money to as an example, but do you know what I mean? I think it'll be a specific club. And so that release clause in his contract, that might only be live for that one specific club. Yeah. You never know. Like, so because he loves it here. I was watching something that they have. He didn't expect to get the connection with the fans that he has, and how they treated his dad, and how he just loves it here now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not 100% sure Bruno would want to go.
I can't see it neither. He loves Newcastle. But if he don't get Champions League the following season, he'll be 28. I think he'll probably want to move And I think Bruno Guimaraes, in my opinion, he won't play in Spain, so help Barca and Real Madrid. And I hope it's not true, but hey ho, I mean, I think Madrid can afford it. They can afford. Look at what Bayern paid Harry Kane, 94 mil. Yeah, so don't diss
Real
it.
Madrid don't need him though, do they?
Nah.
They've got their midfield for the next 10 years.
They have.
Yeah.
They have. FFP scrap at Unhells Liverpool, yep. And Man City and Chelsea and Arsenal and United. And maybe Tottenham. FFP is shocking. Looking at what they've done to Everton, but leaving Man City and Chelsea. Yep. You said it, my guy. I don't tell on this well. Premier League is corruption. It's very corrupt. They can't afford.
Can I just say something on this whole FFP thing where Everton have been charged and dealt with? Because Everton had one charge. Manchester City have got 115. They're not going to get through 115 charges in a few months like they did with Everton. It's going to take a long time. So everyone keeps going, oh, they've punished Everton, but not Man City. That's because there's so many charges. They've got to get through every single one. It really proper grinds my gears saying, oh, what about Man City? I'm like, well, give it a year or two's time when they've gone through all the hundreds of them that there is, and then we might see something. Something that really bugs me.
Yeah, I agree. They can't afford them. They're breaking Spain. I agree with you, by the way. We want the money up front for FFP, and we wouldn't want cast-offs from Barca. Definitely not. Rafinha? Maybe?
No, thanks.
Not for
They
you.
can have Barca can have Bruno, but we'll take Gavi and Pedri as payment.
Gavi and Pedri, I take that. Gavi, I take Gavi all day long. Yeah, Bruno, Gavi comes with it.
Tell you what, we'll give them Bruno and they can give us Bellingham, the real one.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a fair swap, isn't it?
Absolutely. I'd take it all day long. But
I haven't slagged off Aston Villa yet for Joe, so Aston Villa are crap. Sorry, Joe, I just wanted to say that for you.
I'll make sure I'll get John Michaud very soon. Playing devil's advocates there, would we say scrap FFP if the Saudis had taken over Sunderland?
I don't think it'd be something in our minds at that point, would it?
Nah, definitely not. Bruno spoke very highly of Eddie's impact on his game too.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Captain at his fans FFP, yep. And agrees to Joe. I could be wrong, but I think a lot of City's charges are related to fraud and not FFP rulings.
Yeah.
I don't think they probably get. I don't think they get points deducted. I don't think they get relegated. They probably get a transfer ban.
Just depends, mate, doesn't it? It just depends on what they're guilty of, how serious. It's just there's so many ifs and buts, but until they come out with the actual. Joe, I love him. Until they come out with the results, what can where are you? You just have to wait. If they do get relegated, it'd be, it'd be like when it happened to Rangers when they got dumped in three leagues below.
Yeah.
Bottom league.
Bottom league.
That wasn't that because they went into administration because they went bankrupt, or am I making that up?
Something
exactly.
Like something like that, wasn't it? I can't remember the exact thing around that whole thing, but I just remember them just being obliterated and they've had to to come up through all of the leagues again. And can you imagine that happened to Man City? It'd be crazy.
Phil Foden's still be there.
Imagine Pep in the Manorama. That'd be brilliant. They'd just be winning like 100-0 every game.
Exactly. Okay, yeah. Right, let's go to the combined 11, right? It's a part of the preview now. And you can join in as well. I mean, what we do, we just go for the forms between two teams, combine it up as well, and make a team. So we'll start with you, Liam. I mean, who would you choose in goal? I mean, you got...
I like they've started with me because that is the position that I play.
Yeah.
So... this one is an easy one. It's going to be Edison.
Absolutely.
It's only one answer. But if Nick Pope was fit, even if Nick was fit, then this guy will be in straight away. This guy will be in.
I love Nick Pope, but yeah, Edison's
world class, isn't he?
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's go on to the back four. Let's go to the right back.
It's got to be Trippier. It's got to be.
We're not doing our current form.
He's still top of all of the charts. He's still top of the creative chances. He's still, I know he's had a bit of a dip, but he's still top of all of his leagues in the Premier League.
Exactly done. Exactly. And let's go on to the other side. Liam, the left back.
Who plays left back for them? Is it Gvardiol or Rico
Can be.
Lewis?
They're quite fluid, aren't they? Yeah.
Quite got Rico Lewis can play there as well.
Okay.
Ake can play there.
I ain't gonna lie. I take all of them over our left backs at the minute. So we can put Gvardiol there.
Yeah, he's a good player. Very
Who's
good
that?
player.
Who's that?
Gvardiol, good player. Yeah.
Go on. What do you tell you said, Raddy? Go on. It's your turn, mate.
I'm gonna go with Gvardiol from City.
Gvardiol.
Yeah.
I can't spell his name.
GV.
Oh, that's the one. GV.
Yeah, he's Croatian, isn't he? I can't. There he is.
There he is. Just go.
Yeah,
that's the one. That's the one. And let's go to the centre backs on the left centre back.
Man, this is tough. This is tough.
Oh, I think this is quite easy. This is probably the easiest. It's Botman and John Stones for me.
Yeah.
I think that's on the left. Yep, indeed. And it's John Stones.
Yeah, what a pairing they would be.
Yeah, I was thinking of Diaz, because Diaz is quite good, but
yeah, I would not turn him away from our team whatsoever. I just rate Botman and Stones that higher.
Yeah.
Fair dues. That'd be the back four. And I like that, the back four, by the way. I mean, naming Ake, he's a decent left back. He can play at the back as well, but Gvardiol could just pivot from me. Go on.
It could have been any of them for left back. Ake, Akanji, Gvardiol.
They've got an embarrassment, haven't they? An embarrassment of players at City is crazy.
Wow. You know what it is, right? They got pace, can pass the ball a lot. Let's go on to the. Oh God, let me just go back again. Let's go to the midfield three. We're gonna play the base of the midfield. It's gonna be interesting.
I think these three are quite easy. This one has to be Rodri.
Yeah. Unbelievable! Rodri. What a player! What a player! Really is special.
I'll tell you what, I'll change that. Change that to no.
Why is it put the middle one at the bottom?
I don't get it. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Listen, the thing is, right, this guy's world class, best in the world.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Best in the world.
Unbelievable, yeah. Gimenez has got to get in there. He has to.
Yeah, Bruno.
Yeah,
I'm not sure where we get another one of our players in after this.
It can't not be De Bruyne, I don't think.
Yeah,
De Bruyne.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. This is some team so far. Jesus Christ, dear me.
And you know what it is as well? We got 1, 2, 3 players at the minute for Newcastle. Out of 4, so it's 4-3 to Man City. Let's go up front.
Again, that's a very easy one, isn't it? As a striker, the striker one is as much as I love Isak. He doesn't get in above.
Can we get away with putting Isaac on the wing?
I don't see why not. I don't see why not.
Then it's hard.
Foden on the right, or Bernardo Silva, or Doku.
Yeah. Doku as well can play on the left. East can play on the right. Also Alvarez can play on the right as well.
Oh, Alvarez, I forgot about him. Oh, don't forget Almiron.
Nah, not on this team. He won't. Not on this team. Definitely no way. But for me,
go on.
For me, it's got to be. I'll give it his name.
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
Unbelievable player.
Yeah, I do like him.
I tell you what, that's who I'll go with as well. So that is our
It's a starting 11, isn't it?
Dear me. What a combined 11 that is. It's got pace in the wings as well. You got trickery in Silva. You got trickery in Isak as well, with his direct running as well. And Haaland gets at the end of things as well. So this is going to be our team, combined 11. Edison and Gould, Trippier, Guardiola on fullbacks, Botman and Stones, the centre of defence. The midfield three is Rodri on the base. In the midfield, De Bruyne, Bruno. The front three will be Isak, Silva, and Erling Haaland. So tell us what you think, guys. What a team that is, man. That is some team. Some side. If you have any of that in the chat, let us know. That is some side, man. And I'll stop the stream there.
We're going to get some sticks leaving phone now, I guess. But
I'll tell you what, if it's a 4-2-3-1, he's a 10. Well, I could have took out Isak and play Foden, but the thing is, I want to make it balanced as possible. There you go. The Saudis taking over Sunderland. The pound shop would not take over Sunderland. Which is true. I like that. Alan. Some are less related to third-party sponsorships, payments, and agents and loans. Alleged double payments as well. Oh, that's not good. It went quite back Chelsea on the dodgy side. Payments. Man City will probably end up with points deducted for 2 or 3 seasons, a fine, and maybe transfer embargo, but most of it will be deferred. You know what? I think City will spend before that court case comes up in the summer. I really do. They're going to splash the cash, and that's all there is to it. I've got an Adidas in Edison in my dream team, Naston Kell, and Trips. Nice one. Man City and profit. The charges are more about where the 700 million revenues come from. Right and money coming into the club and from Qatar as sponsorship payments and stuff. I tell you what, it'd be very, very, very interesting. Using it for agent payments, stuff like that. Cooking the books, basically. Wow.
One thing I just want to about the whole sponsorship thing, where we all are, any Saudi related company has to go through all the fuss that was kicked up about it. So Adidas are now doing Aston Villa next season. Yeah, the owner of Villa owns, is it 7% in Adidas or something like that?
Yeah.
But I've heard nobody crying about third-party transactions and all that malarkey. Seems very convenient that when it's Newcastle, something has to be done, but when it's anyone else, it's fine.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think, Paul?
Mate, this is the thing, isn't it? They pick and choose the arguments they want. You know, like I said, if it was us doing this with a Saudi, like if we were getting like Saudi Airlines as our new shirt sponsor, can you imagine? Like that would just be, it'd probably be on Sky News. People would be so upset about it. How can you do that? There'd be, you know, all of the clubs that absolutely love us, like Tottenham and all that, would be moaning on, and Liverpool would be moaning on, and it'd just be, you know, toys like the pram, and Newcastle are buying it. Yeah, it's just, like I say, they just pick and choose their fights when they want. Like I said, I did find it funny that this was funny for Villa. Sorry, Joe, I'm having another go. I do love you, Joe. You're a lovely guy. And I do like Villa. But it doesn't make me laugh that they have Newcastle in their elite section and Villa didn't get in.
Wow. No.
Crazy, isn't it? But I have to agree with Lewis Green and Paul as well. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I think Villa's watching what we're doing. That's all it is. They're watching what we're doing.
All the players we wanted, and they've gone to Adidas.
Exactly. Musa Diaby, right? We was after him. Then Villa goes and get him. Yeah. We wanted Emery. He goes to Villa. Cool. They're copying. They're just copying everything. But we don't care about Villa. We only care about us. Simple as that. But yeah, so obviously we've done it for years, but we know that Liam, I mean, I think I'd like to see Livramento come in on Saturday to replace Burn. I don't think that'll happen because Eddie likes Burn. He likes his favourites at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's my my biggest criticism of Eddie Howe is that he does like his favourites, and to a point I get why, because they've done a bit like when Maguire and Pickford put the England shirt on. They never let England down, and these players generally have never let Eddie Howe down. But sometimes you need a change. You need them to know that they need to pull the finger out, or they will be replaced.
They do, exactly. And you know what it is, I think, if I'm honest with you, I want to see Livermore get more games, especially at left back, because I think he's decent. We all know he's decent, man. And no just offence to Dan Burn. I thought he played well against Sunderland, but I think you need to get Livermore in first place to look after Bernardo Silva if he plays. But the midfield's going to be interesting. I mean, our midfield's, we need to get Joe Linton back in. I doubt he'll play on Saturday, Paul.
I mean, look, we don't know for definite, but I mean, obviously, I hope he's all right. But this is the problem that I think at times in this season, and I'm not just blaming, I'm not saying this is Eddie's fault. I don't know if it's medical or whatever. I do feel a few people have gone off with injuries like Joe did. And then they've come back quite quick and you think, oh, okay, so it must have been this bad injury. And then in the game they play, the game after they've come back, they get even worse injured. And then they're out for like a couple of weeks or months, and it just feels that sometimes I don't know whether a risk in players just for the sake of like we want them on the pitch. It's a funny one because Joe came back pretty quickly after his. Do you remember when he pulled it last time and he came back like literally the next match? It was like 2 days off, and then I can't remember how far into the game it was. He came on as a sub. He played for 30 seconds and then got injured.
Same with Murphy in his shoulder.
Yeah, it's just kind of sometimes I think we kind of I don't know if it's like I said I don't know who's making the decision with that, but it just feels like sometimes we've rushed some of these players back. It's like, oh well, they're kind of nearly fit. Get them on, get them on the pitch. So like I say, even if Joe feels he's good enough to play, I want him to be fit.
like Dan Burn, he's still not fully fit.
No, I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
He's still not.
And I think Isak's getting back there, but Isak still looks. Botman as well. There's a few that I think there's a few that are still getting there as time goes on. Sean as well. I think Sean's just getting back as it's just all these things that have, not having players on in their place.
They've not been afforded the luxury of being able to ease back in. They've just been thrown straight back in because we've had no other option.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be interesting, but we have to find out on Saturday who's going to get the nod. I mean, I'm sure Sean's going to play. I think Lewis Miley will be dropped. I think Sean will be playing alongside Bruno and hopefully Joe Linton. If Joe doesn't play, Miley will come in as well. And up front, I mean, you got to play Isak up top. He's the only one we've got, Miggy and Gordon. And we know Miggy had a good game against Sunderland, Liam. But he's got to do it every week now. I mean, he's getting slated on social media that he's just not doing it every week. But he had a good game last week.
Yeah, I think Miggy is. I mean, you'll never ever see me slag Miggy off. I love Miggy, but the main reason that he doesn't stop running, and now yes, that shouldn't be a guarantee that you get the team or whatever. But there's certain players that when they're not playing well, you can tell by the demeanor. Like I'm not naming anyone specifically, but you can just tell with Miggy, he's always just got that bit into right now. I need to fix this. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I think Miggy maybe some of his clicked last few, well, especially against Sunderland, because I feel like Miggy before when he's won that ball, then he would have tried to shoot. But instead, he just played to the side. Like when he tackled him, I was like, "Oh, come on!" And then I was like, "Come on!" Screaming like at the TV. I reminded myself of the manager in goal when he's screaming at Santiago Munez, "Pass the ball!" I was hoping he would just slide it to the side for Isak, and he did. But yeah, I think Miggy's going to score on Saturday. And I think he'll score first. I was reading that Man City, of the 19 Premier League games, they have only won 8. So if they're they've won 8 when they've scored first. So that's 11 games where they haven't scored first and gone on to win. So I think if we get the first goal, that is imperative.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So make sure you don't concede first. Otherwise, you could be done.
Just not conceding would be nice.
Exactly. But there's a gap between us and Man City in any case, yeah. But Paul, I mean, I was going to say that what we've got to do, we're going to get 3 points. Just all we got to do, we got to defend tight. We just got to believe in ourselves. Just play our football.
Yeah, Joe, I love you, really, mate. You're a good lad.
Big up, Joe. Big up, Joe. We love you. We love Joe.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? You just got to, especially like I said already, with City, you've got to keep that defensive shape very well. Like I said, they are an intricate team. They can score, like I said, they can score unbelievable goals. You can be perfect in defence, and they can still score against you, especially with players like Haaland, Alvarez, Silva. They've got, Grealish. You've got all these players you can name, and it's just like, this player's good, this player is mad. Doku. You've got all this amazing attacking talent that can unlock your defence. So you can be having a really great game, and then they bring on someone like that in the 80th minute, and they're the one that undo you. It's just sometimes it's just you have to hold your hands up and be like, well, that's who they have. If De Bruyne scores a screamer in the 89th minute, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, well, that's what he does. Obviously, I hope it doesn't happen, but if we do our job and they win by some spectacular reason, then do you know what I mean? We've given it a go. They're a great team, so I'll be happy with that we've given it a go and then we haven't embarrassed ourselves. Like I say, what I don't want is what creeped into our game the last couple of games before the Sunderland game, and it's just stupid things that were catching us up defensively they weren't happening last season. Some of the stupid things that were happening, players not following their man, and lazy defending at times, or just stupid stuff that you think like that is so easy. Some of the Liverpool goals, thinking, God, that's so avoidable. And mistakes as well. I'm not going to get on too much, but do you know what I mean? Like, some of the mistakes are so easily avoidable. He heads that ball a bit harder to Dubravka. We're in the semi-finals, and we probably beat Middlesbrough, unlike Chelsea did. Shambles Chelsea are. Dear me, that's another subject.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those. If you keep your shape and you do your job, like I say, they do struggle at St James's. They haven't, Pep's got a really patchy record against us at St James's in particular.
They've got one there for 3 years.
I'm hoping that's all in our favour. And like I say,
sorry, go on.
No, I'm just hoping that Eddie says as well. I'm hoping this is one of the points. Go out and prove that you don't stink at the place like you did against Nottingham Forest. Do you know what I mean? Show who you are. You've got a couple of weeks off. You don't, you can just go out and do what you can. So I'm hoping that is what happens.
Yeah. The thing is, though, right, if you start well, if you compete with them, get into the game, stay with them in the first half, and then that'd be cool. And then the second half, we just got to go for it, yeah? What I don't want to see from my team is that low block. That ain't us at all whatsoever. And if you go to Man City's form, they won the last 5 games of all comps, yeah? And the last 5 games, Newcastle, 2 wins, 4 defeats, yeah? And the Newcastle Premier League form, we lost the last three games. That ain't good. But Man City, unbeaten the last 4 games, so it's not going to be easy for them as well. I hope Craig Paulson's not the referee, by the way. I hope not. But the team news is...
Yeah, I thought he did all right on Saturday.
He did, didn't he? He did.
I mean, he bottled sending Ballard off because that was a foul on Isak on the edge of the box.
I agree.
Every day of the week.
Yeah.
So, but apart from that, I didn't think he did too bad, to be fair.
Nah. I was worried about this ref anyway. But we won the game. Happy days. So
it was lovely not having VAR. It was really nice having a game without VAR. It's brilliant. Just flows nicer. Because we all know that Saturdays is going to have offside or whatever, it just kills the game. Or when you score, sometimes you're like, can I celebrate or not? You sometimes go to celebrate and you think, oh, I don't know. And then you feel stupid if you have celebrated and they chalk it offside for someone being a blooming toenail off. You're like, what? Just...
Chris Kavanagh's the ref.
Yeah, he's a referee. I don't trust it. I don't trust him either. I don't trust him either. He should retire. He should retire. The game's caught up with him as well, man. But go on.
I find it really frustrating that I think probably the best referee in the league often sits in the away end at our games when we're away. So Michael Oliver.
That's very true. That's very true.
I saw somebody tweet on Saturday saying I didn't expect Michael Oliver to be the one picking me up when I fell over celebrating the first goal.
Wow. Lorraine, Leslie, thank you very much for letting us know who the referee is. It's Chris Kavanagh, assistants is Simon Bennett and Neil Davis as well. The team news for Man City. Kyle Walker and David Ake are both expected to be recalled. Ederson replacing Stefan Ortega. Between the sticks, Rodri could be partnered in CDM by either Mateo Kovacic or Rico Lewis. And Bernardo Silva could come back in as well. Jack Grealish and Alvarez could be in the lineup from the start. And it looks like Haaland, I reckon, could be on the subs bench. And De Bruyne could start as well. But for us, Joe Linton could be out on Saturday with a thigh problem. He could be out. So Lewis Manley. Okay, Lorraine. Bruno and Sean will be in the midfield three. So they will be playing if Joe Linton doesn't start. And only against City, it's our goalkeeper, Dubs. Yeah, he's got to be on it. He's got to be on it. Everton away. Yes, that'll be a good game. Really good game.
Come on, Everton.
I'll be watching yours. Well, I'll be watching the women's game. Women's game on Sunday. So I'll be watching that as well for the first time. So there'll be vlogs as well. And if the super fans don't like it, go and cry some more. Simple as that. I know the names. I'm not going to mention it on there. What was the daftest media pundit statement of 2023? Newcastle moved to London. Van Richard Keys take some bean. Do you know what he said? He said about we did that on photo, the team photo. He said it was embarrassing.
Good. I want him annoyed at us. Good. I'm glad it annoyed him.
Yep.
I think when did the Bonlahor said that stupid crap about people would rather go to Brentford than Newcastle? Was that last year or was that the year before?
No, that was just the start of the takeover.
Was it? Right, yeah. He's another crap on there.
Equally still stupid.
I thought that's shocking. Absolutely shocking, man. I tell you what, I mean, these people need to shut up and just let us get on with it. Do you know what I mean? Because we're coming for them. We're coming for them.
TalkSport finally hired someone decent in Jeff Stelling, and they've got him working 2 days a week. What's the point of hiring him?
Surely they got Alan Brazil. Alan Brazil. Don't get us wrong. I do like Alan Brazil. I do like him because he does speak facts.
What?
Do you like him, Alan Brazil?
Not even a slight bit.
Alan McCoy is all right.
Yeah,
Alan McCoy. Yeah, Alan McCoy.
You tell you what, I find Simon Jordan very 50-50. He either say something very stupid or very intelligent. And I turn it on and never know which Simon Jordan's going to turn up.
We once had the house act, to tell you that, dear me.
I tell you what, though, Simon Jordan does say some good things about Newcastle. Sometimes, not all the time. I can remember when he argued with Steve Wraith and Amanda Staveley once upon a time. Wow.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
He told Amanda that she had no intention of taking over.
Exactly. You know what? Simon Jordan, I said at the time, get in the bed, but I'd love to have Simon Jordan on my channel. Villa to win, Everton to be relegated, I hope. I think.
Villa versus Everton is one of the games where I want both teams to lose. Because I don't like either of them.
Fair dues. And we've got Simon Bennett and Neil Davies, fourth official Tim Robinson, VAR, Peter Banks, assistant VAR, Simon Long. Bit of a mouthful, but thank you, Lauren. I appreciate that, man. You got it in one, and hairy hands. I should have mentioned that, shouldn't I? Whoever scores.
Look up your daughters. Yeah, look up your daughters when he's around.
Yeah. Comments are flying in now. Whoever scores the most goal wins. That is very true.
Old Michael Owen. Love him. What an idiot he is.
He is, isn't he? What a muppet. Seriously, man. The guy's a muppet. Only came to Newcastle for the money, right? Because the top 4 clubs at the time didn't want him. So we got him.
Idiot. Crazy, and then we do all that help. He's out for most of the time, cropped. We help him out. We rehab him, do all of that work, and he refuses to come on in our most important game of the season. Crap.
I tell you what.
Goes to Man United. Idiot. Honestly.
I tell you what, though. We'd have done it under Fergie. We'd have done it under George Graham. We'd have done it under Brian Clough. Definitely not.
Bobby Robson, no.
Oh, man. If that happened, he'd be out the door, mate. Simple as that. Should be Michael Gowan, not Michael Owen. And Simon Jordan will always be a sausage. That's fat. And then he's all over the parish. Steve Parish, by the way. Owner Parish. You should lock yourself in the cupboard and throw away the keys. That's a brilliant one, Alan.
Very good.
Simon Jordan, it's a character, not a real person. And Simon Jordan looks like he took his glasses off. His nose will come off with them. Sums it up, doesn't it? It sums it up, doesn't it, man? It sums it up. So
I like that one. His nose will come with him.
Exactly. So yeah, so we're going to come to the end of the show there, but before we do, we can't go away without the score prediction. So I'll start with you, Liam. I mean, what do you think the score is going to be? It's going to be tough.
I think it will be 2-2. I think we will score first, then they'll score, then we'll score again, and then as somebody mentioned earlier, somebody like Kevin De Bruyne will have one come off his toenail and fly into the top corner in the 87th minute. And everyone will pile on Dubravka on Twitter and tell him he's not good enough, but in reality, he's had a really good game because that one goal's gone in. It's his fault. So you heard it here first.
Yeah. 2-2 for you. Got one of CGI Jordan. I like this. Gary Bonner takes some beating. He sure does. That guy puts us to sleep. Thanks, everyone. Please hit the likes and share to the socials. Thank you, Leslie. I appreciate that. Share the love to Leslie. Show us the love as well. 2 on the 2s each. That's from Mr. Little and you as well, Gary, as well. Paul, score prediction, man.
Yeah, as I always say every week, never listen to me. I'm always wrong. Always wrong. Haven't had a prediction right this season. I'm going to go with a really horrible PSG-esque awful 1-0 win. To us, obviously, but just that terrible. We'll go 1-0 up in the first half, and then we'll just have that awful second half where we just have to dig in and just grind it out. I'm hoping that we just about manage it. I'd be, it'd be horrible to watch, I know, but that's my gut feeling on the game because it's what we did it. We've done it already to them, so we can do it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, this can go either way. I think it's going to be 2-2. I'll go with you, Liam.
Yeah.
It'll be 2-2. But I just want to say what Pep Guardiola said about Eddie Howe. He's saying about Eddie, Pep on Eddie, and he's asked a question about him. He said that, of course, he will work with top teams. Said Pep, he is young and that's going to happen. It'll be good for English managers like him and Mark Hughes and others. Had an opportunity when I was young. That is true. It is a good question for the sporting directors and the guy who runs the club. It's not my fault when someone calls me at home one day and says, would you like to come to the Premier League? They called me. I decided to come. But of course, the English managers are able to coach well. And that's from Pep. And then he was asked as well. It's only a short one. He said he was asked that he places Eddie Howe. He said he's done a top-class job. You can see his team is growing. Newcastle has everything. They have pace. They have quality. They made it very physical. It's a very difficult place to come. We started very well, but Newcastle are aggressive. We didn't have control. Newcastle are becoming one of the toughest opponents, but we created a lot of chances in the end. And in the end, we showed who we are. And that is Pep.
Pep is actually really class.
Mm-hmm.
He really is. He's very class. He's always shown Newcastle a lot of respect. Always has. Got a lot of
Do you
time
think that's similar to why Mourinho does the whole Bobby Robson link?
Yeah. I think so.
Was it which way around? Either Bobby wanted Pep to come to Newcastle when he's here, or Pep asked Bobby to come to Newcastle. I'm sure I've read that. I can't remember which way around it was. But either way, I think our next manager will be Mourinho.
I'll tell you what, he's been sent off twice in 4 days.
I just love it. I just absolutely love it.
And this is why most people don't want Joseph to take over Eddie. I wouldn't have him. I would have gone for probably go for 2, probably Alonso or
Alonso's a great shout.
Alonso's a great shout, but he'd probably go to Real Madrid.
I felt like we were at our best last season when we were the biggest shit houses. So I'll take Diego Simeone.
Yeah, I take him all day long. He's a winner. The guy's a winner. Joe thinks Man City's going to win. 3-2 to Newcastle, Lorraine. Thank you, Lorraine. And you too, Alan. Thank you, Lorraine. Pep asked Bobby.
Yeah, I knew it was something like that.
You never know. And same as me, she's going 2-2 as well. And we're going to wrap the show up as well. Thank you, Kel. Thank you so much indeed. Come on one day, man. Pep is a classy person. Arteta is a complete opposite. That is very true, Joe. Very true. Very, very true. Right, we're going to end the show there, and that's going to patch preview. And thanks so much indeed, guys, as always. And it's great to see Liam back as well. Liam, what you got coming up, man?
Not a lot. I've been really busy with work since the Christmas break ended. So yeah, that's pretty much it. To be fair.
Cool stuff. And where can you catch you on? We catch you on X, yeah.
Get me on X, Liam_Asper, where you can read me talk even more rubbish about Newcastle.
Fabulous. And are you going to be free next week as well for the podcast show?
Yeah, I'll try and bring myself up to see when it is, and I can try and get on again.
I think I'll probably be on Monday because I may not do the review because I'll be up Newcastle on Saturday and I'll be in Manchester on Sunday. So by the time I get back, it's going to be a little bit too late, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, but definitely do the podcast show. That'll come up as well. Let's have a look at UTICAD. Craig, big up to you, Craig. Hope you're great. What do you make of Solanke speculation? For me, I wouldn't have him. He's got to do it. He's got to do it again for the next season. If he's between 50 and 7 million quid, I'll go 80 million on Aaron Toney. For me, I'll say you need to keep it for one more year because he's having a great season, but he's got to do it again for the following season as well. And then we find out from there, mate. So you don't want to lose him, mate. I'd keep him for another year. I'd definitely keep him for another year, mate. But money talks at the end of the day. But I don't know what you think. And Paul, what about you, man?
You said the right word. It's pure speculation. I don't think there's any truth in it whatsoever. I just think it's usual January talk. That's absolute rubbish. I don't think we've got the money to spend on it. I think we'd probably just immediately be binned 10 points or something if we spent that amount of money, knowing FFP and how much they want to go after teams. So I just don't think that we've even got the money to entertain it. So, I mean, I think he'd be brilliant for Newcastle, and I do think he'd be better than Tony because I don't want Tony anywhere near Newcastle. It's one of those where Solanke would be a great player, but sadly, I just think that in January as well, it's a terrible month for strikers. Everyone knows that it's a terrible month for any player, and I just think that Bournemouth for one over the top price, and then it's then you're risking points deduction, all that rubbish. Yeah, I just think it's that word particularly is speculation, nothing else.
Yeah. Very interesting. I hope you're right, John. He's an all-round player. You need to keep him for another year. For me, keep him for one more year. Excuse me. And got one here. We'd love to see Arteta and Newcastle for the last low rate. No, thank you. I do not want that guy. I tell you what, if Arteta takes over Newcastle, I'm going to quit YouTubing. I do not want the so-called best-looking Spaniard at my club. It ain't going to happen. Do you know what I mean?
No, thank you.
Not for me. Not for me. Lorraine, please. No. Not a 50 mil. I spoke to Alan Parnham Manchester the other day. I presume it's on Talk Sport, and you can see it happening. But I believe Bill Foley that the door is locked. I met Craig. I can qualify. He is a top guy. So do subscribe to his channel, UTICID channel, and he is absolutely amazing as well. Does do a lot of live shows, but you know what? It's just really good. And then Lorraine, no, he's Captain Black. And Alan, his voice called.
They're talking about Captain Scarlet. Good old Captain Scarlet.
And only kidding.
I'm age there. I'm sure I'm age.
That's gone straight over my head.
The Captain Scarlet references. Well done, guys. Good stuff. I like it.
Big up. Listen, I'm going to wrap up the show there, guys. But tomorrow night, I'll be on 2 channels. I'll be on Jez's channel at 7:30, and then I'm jumping out to go on Patrick's channel for the Man City preview. So check us out for that. I think the share stream will be available, which I can get it on there. But I'm going to talk about just about Arsenal. What the hell's going on at a football club? Yeah, so they want my they want to get my opinion on it as well. I've got a lot to say about that. All it is, they went to Dubai, right? And Declan Rice has been seen with Rory McIlroy. If I was Rory, I'll hold him in one, because you're not here to meet the golfers, yeah? You're there to do like warm training, and they're absolutely furious. You got Saka having a suntan as well, resting, and I'm thinking that football club is tapped. It really, really is, yeah? How come Arteta allowed to do this? I'll have my say tomorrow as a Newcastle fan. So
It might have been their day off. I don't know. I don't know. It might have been their day off. I don't know.
What do you think, Liam?
Oh, I don't know. I think we'll have to see.
Yeah, I've got my say on that. That's why I'm on Jez's channel tomorrow. Do check out Jez's channel, Arsenal History and More. He is absolutely brilliant. He's a real Arsenal fan, supporting him since 1967, and he knows everything in and out, and he does not suffer fools as well. Would you pay 100 million for Declan?
He wasn't worth more than 20.
I think West Ham did well to get rid of him for that sort of money.
He did. Yeah, he really did.
I tell you what, you pay that sort of money, you got him in a title. Simple as that. But still, that's for another time.
He ain't gonna.
I know, Lee Gunner, that guy. He's my guy. He is an elite YouTuber. But still, that's it, guys. If you like the video, like what you watch, Paul will be back on Monday, back live on Monday for the podcast show, and hopefully get Liam on as well, and try and get Steve or Ian on as well, and that'll be a cracking show. Keep Arteta Arsenal relegation. that guy, he should be sacked. I'm sorry, he should be sacked. Seriously. But still, that's not my club. They need to sort that out. So, guys, don't go away. I will do backstage. Like if you like what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe as always. And make sure you come on the Jez's channel, also, more tomorrow. I'll be on there for 7:30.